These are Saturn's largest moons, but in Minecraft, and I'm gonna visit all of them, starting with Iapetus. Iapetus is a unique moon because it can disappear. Let me explain. It's 1671, and Iapetus was first sighted, but the astronomer that first found it could only see it half the time. When the moon was on the west of Saturn, okay, you could see it. You could see it. But when it was supposed to be on the east, disappeared, vanished. We cannot see it. You want to know why? Take a look at how Iapetus looks. That's Iapetus. So when the dark side of Iapetus faced Earth, it looked like it just disappeared. And it looks like we're on the dark side currently in Minecraft. This is actually pretty cool. What are these blocks over here? I'm actually curious. Ooh, there's ice on here and there's surface rocks. Iapetus ice, Iapetus surface rock. I'm interested to see. Ooh, what is this? It's like a grid pattern. It's like a meteor strike, but I wonder why it has this like these lines, you know? It's like furrows. Ooh, the gravity here is a little bit less of Earth or less like Earth. It doesn't look like the bright side of Iapetus is on this mod, but you want to know why this moon has two completely like different tone sides? It's because dust spiraling inward from I'm gonna get this name wrong. No, I'm not. Phoebe. Hold on, let me just look up how to do it.
Phoebe.
What? Phoebe. That's it, Phoebe. Right. And there's a sun, which just looks smaller than it usually does. Anyways, a moon that has two different colors on the front and back. Is that the greatest for human survival? I mean, technically, the Pacific Ocean, for example, on Earth, like it's so big, like, you know, you have like there's tons of blue on Earth and then there's green, you know, and we survive, you know? Maybe. However, there's something else about Iapetus that is so unique that not even scientists can explain it. Iapetus has a giant mountain that is the third tallest mountain in the entire solar system. And that includes planets. And this massive mountain runs along the equator, like almost the entirety of the equator. I've seen some people compare it to being like a walnut. You guys, you can decide what you want to compare it to. Yeah, but this is where things start to take a turn for Iapetus. Iapetus has no atmosphere. No wonder we can see these stars, am I right? So that's not good for humans. Like, really not good. Iapetus reaches temperatures of negative 226 Fahrenheit at noon. And that's on the equator and on the dark parts of the moon, which absorb more heat. On the bright side, which absorbs less sunlight, it's negative 280 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, this is a cold place. Yeah, humans can't really live here. I don't think this is the greatest place to live. This moon might not have an atmosphere, but the next one does have one. So does having an atmosphere make living there easier? Let's go to Rhea. The moons that you guys see in these videos, these are different than the ones I did last episode. Just hold space to slow down. Whoa, hey, wait. Anyways, this is Rhea, and Saturn looks a lot bigger from here, and the sun looks a lot more orange, and yeah, the same grid pattern for these craters and stuff like that, and my own crater myself, which I apologize for. Anyways, there's something very surprising about Rhea. Rhea does have an atmosphere. More on that later because there's something just as surprising. In 2008, shout out the stock market, NASA's, I might get this wrong, Cassini spacecraft detected features around the moon. Y'all thought just Saturn having rings was cool. This moon might have rings. However, with some more recent images, no evidence for rings were found. But my question is, what were the features around the moon that NASA's Cassini spacecraft detected that are being taken as the moon having rings? Overall, this planet kind of just looks like the moon. There's not ice here like there was on the other planet, but I don't know if that's actually true in real life. I don't know if this planet actually has like ice on the surface. And whoa, that is a massive crater. Maybe, I don't know if this is a crater or not. I have no idea. This could be where water used to be, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, back to Rhea having an atmosphere. This atmosphere is made of oxygen and carbon dioxide. That sound familiar? It's looking good for us humans, maybe. We might be able to live there. But this atmosphere is 5 trillion times less dense than Earth's atmosphere. So yeah, this planet also is not quite for humans. Now, this was the second largest moon. But ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about one of the most highly discussed places in the solar system. The biggest of Saturn's moons, Titan. Now, hold on, F3. We gotta make sure. Whoa, we're approaching the ground a little too quick. Hey, wait. Hey, wait. Let me not crash this time. This is very unique compared to what we've seen from the other planets. Let's start off crazy. Let's start off crazy about Titan. Y'all notice this little kind of green here, you know, it looks dense, you know, in this place, you know. This might be the most surprising fact in this entire video. This moon is the only place other than Earth with liquids on its surface. Now that's wild, but let's get more crazy. Titan has clouds, rain, river, lakes, and seas. I mean, you guys can see it right here. But they are made of liquid hydrocarbons like methane and ethane. A lot of these things are said to be under the surface of this moon, which another thing I want to check is, do they have these places under the surface? Let's see if they do. They do not have anything liquid here. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But you can see on the surface, they put some liquid stuff here. They put seas and lakes and rivers. Like, you can see it here. It's pretty great. Now, guys, crazily enough, I want to show you guys something cool. We actually do have pictures of the surface of this planet. I mean, of this moon. Here are the pictures. Isn't this crazy? Isn't this crazy? Like, it's wild, right? Now, it doesn't really look like this planet. Like, I know there's not like green bodies of water. I think this might just be an exaggeration. I honestly have no idea, but I mean, it kind of looks like this from what I imagine. Like, what is this? Like Titan surface rock? Like Titan rocks? Yeah. It looks more like this. But let's talk about Titan's atmosphere. It is relatively pretty dense, about 95% nitrogen and 5% methane. Now, I'm gonna read this off NASA's page because this is a lot, but very surprising. High in Titan's atmosphere, methane and nitrogen molecules are split apart by the sun's ultraviolet light and by high energy particles accelerated in Saturn's magnetic field. The pieces of these molecules recombine to form a variety of organic chemicals, substances that contain carbon and hydrogen, and often include nitrogen, oxygen, and other elements important to life on Earth. Let's talk about that as well. Titan is not the greatest place for life. Titan's surface is negative 292 degrees Fahrenheit. But all planets in this video have been cold. Like, if you want to know for like Rhea's like surface temperature, like negative 281 degrees Fahrenheit. It can get down to negative 364. Like, all these places are cold. All of them. But hey, humans, we can build stuff. So can we live here? Titan's gravity is about 14% of Earth's, compared to the moon's 16.5%. And yes, correct. There is an atmosphere here. Like, yeah, like there like is legitimately an atmosphere here. It's dense, has organic compounds, but it's still not really that breathable. We would need oxygen masks. And also, have you gone on a walk recently? You know when you're like on a walk and like the sun is low-key burning your skin, but it feels good? That ain't happening on Titan, because Titan receives 1% of the sunlight Earth gets. Now, hold on. There's some things about Titan that makes it possible for humans to be there, all right? We, of course, got water underground, so we could use it for drinking. And remember, H2O, water has oxygen in it. So we could use it for oxygen masks and stuff like that. And since the atmosphere is thick, it may not be the most breathable thing ever, but it shields us from dangerous cosmic radiation like the sun. Is that Saturn? I honestly don't even know what that is. That's the only thing I can imagine it being. If we were to go to Titan, I think, yeah, we could probably survive a bit, but it would take a lot of resources, our greatest minds, and some very good circumstances. I think Titan is the best of the largest of Saturn's moons, and honestly, one of the best in the entire solar system for humans to be. If any of my facts are incorrect, correct me in the comments, of course. I thank God Earth's atmosphere is what it is, because wow, space is so dangerous.